Fill your thirst beside the river. Wash the journey from your hand. Feel the comfort flow inside you. Come this far.
Hello, welcome to Healing Outside the Box, a show of enlightenment. I am Rosemary LaChance, a spiritual animal healer and a spiritual advisor and teacher. And I am your host for this thought-provoking, food-for-thought show with guest speakers who are experts in their fields of alternative healing, spiritual development, animal welfare, environmental concerns, and so much more. The series is recorded and will be shown in your area on your local public service cable network. Please contact them for dates and times. Please visit my website and click on My Show, where you will find a wealth of information about this show. These shows are available for you to watch free on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in Healing Outside the Box to make your choices. There are over 250 shows listed there. We are constantly adding new shows, so keep checking it back. We are also on Facebook under Healing Outside the Box. Please like our page to get the information about new shows. We hope you enjoy the show. Tonight, we have a guest speaker with us, and his name is Dr. Julian Cano. He's a naturopathic doctor and licensed acupuncturist. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about him. Dr. Cano studied at the University of Bridgeport in Connecticut, where he completed his doctorate in naturopathic medicine and a master's degree in acupuncture. His 9 years of holistic medicine training included naturopathic philosophy, prevention and treatment of illnesses through natural therapies that include, but are not limited to, homeopathy, nutrition, botanical medicine, acupuncture, Chinese formulations, and mind-body medicine. Dr. Cano established his wellness practice in 2013, and since then he has been integrating naturopathic therapies to analyze acute and chronic cases. He specializes in, but is not limited to, helping you with asthma, substance abuse, prostate issues, mental health, cancer, prenatal, postnatal care, infertility, male conditions, skin conditions, diabetes, autism, autoimmune conditions. He has extensive experience working with children, adults, and geriatrics. Dr. Cano is board certified by NCCAOM. What is that?
The National Acupuncture Association.
Okay. He's diplomat in acupuncture and holds a license in acupuncture in the state of Connecticut. Okay, that's quite a title there. All right, so first we're going to tell us a little bit about yourself, other than this. What made you come to become a naturopath?
So let me give you a little background. So
Okay.
I'm from Colombia. So I came when I was 17 here. When I grew up as a little child, I never used, or my family used, medicine to treat me any illness that I have.
They didn't use
No medication
No.
whatsoever. If I have a fever, they just control it by using water or by using tea, or just take a cold shower and just let the illness run its course.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a cold, a flu, same thing. I never use any medications, any aspirin or anything like that. I just get own body healed itself. So when I grew up, so I always wanted to be a doctor. So when I came here, I was looking for schools to be a commissioner doctor, which commissioner doctor is the doctors that actually prescribe medication.
A regular doctor.
Because I didn't know about this title in the United States, that actually there are schools that actually get trained to be a naturopathic doctor.
Excuse me, wait a minute. Where are you from originally?
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay.
Yes. So I was looking around and I found one school in Connecticut, University of Bridgeport, and then that's where I got my doctorate in naturopathic medicine, and I got my master in acupuncture. Also, as a personal history, why I got into more in this medicine,
Yes.
because my mom got sick.
Oh.
So when I came here, I've seen she was taking a lot of medication for everything that she had, like for ulcers, for depression, anxiety, for all these illnesses, and she was diagnosed with a liver issue.
A liver issue.
So he went to doctors after doctors, and they say there's nothing that we can do. You got cirrhosis, which is scar tissue in the liver.
Cirrhosis, yeah.
So what she did was she went to Colombia, and then she contacted a naturopath doctor there. So what he did was change the diet, give a couple of supplements, change her spirit, mind, body, and then after that she got better. She got. I can actually say that she's cured. She has no scar tissue in the liver.
Wonderful.
And because of that personal story, it got me more involved to pursue this profession as well. And then since then, I'm practicing since 2013.
All right. So how long have you been open now?
Since 2013,
Since what?
9 years ago.
9 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow. How long have you been in North Haven?
3 years.
3 years. Where were you before that?
I was practicing in New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. Oh, so you came to Connecticut.
Yes.
And you opened in North Haven 3
Yes.
years ago?
3 years ago.
Huh. And I have not heard from you. Facebook is what led me to you.
Yeah, I was here for 3 years.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
even know you were here.
Yeah.
Well, where's another naturopath? I don't know where, you know.
So my practice, I usually use mostly acupuncture and naturopathic medicine as well.
Okay. All right. That's good. So that's how you ended up in medicine. And tell me how you chose it. So what do you think is the biggest challenge in healthcare right now?
Right now, the biggest challenge is to actually, schools are teaching doctors just to know the disease and pair it with the medication. And that's what I believe is a flaw, and then that's why the system is failing. So the way we actually study in medicine, we actually look the whole person.
Right.
We look at the mind-body connection. We look at your diet. We look how your mental status is. We don't call or label what you have, if you have a disease or not. We just see where your symptoms come from. Because one disease or one element has multiple symptoms. So we got all the information, all the symptoms, and we walk backwards. So what doctors were lacking is thinking what we call outside the box.
What?
Outside the box.
Outside the box.
They are
thinking
too
outside
narrow.
the box,
They
yeah.
not want to be more like, I don't know, they don't want to spend more time with patients, or they don't have the time.
Yeah, they don't.
The patient comes in, because as a personal experience, I used to go to my mom to regular doctors. You wait for 2 hours, you go in,
Yeah.
spend 5 minutes, take medication, and go.
True. So
What
true.
we do, we spend more time with patients because we like to know what is going on
Right.
more in detail. And that's why I believe that's why the system is failing, because we just taking too much medication. The population are taking way too many medication for everything.
I know.
You got
Yeah.
medication for one ailment, and then you have the side effects for that, and you get
There you
another
go.
medication. So
For side effects,
Exactly.
you end up taking 10 pills.
yes, and in the medical school, they don't teach enough nutrition. You go to
No.
a doctor, they don't know nutrition. So as a doctor, you should know nutrition.
I know, they don't know.
You should know how to prescribe basic diet. Oh, take this food or not take this. They don't know, and that's why they send you to a nutritionist, or they send you to a specialist. So in my office, I don't specialize. I just treat all. As I said, I treat the whole person.
Treat the whole person,
Yes.
yeah. I know. My son-in-law had gotten cancer, and we had someone on our show, on show number 91, a man who cured himself from stage 4 bone cancer through diet, and diet alone, plus the baking soda molasses therapy.
Yes.
Changes the acidity of your body to alkali, and the diet, which is all organic and macrobiotic.
Yes.
And I have to say that was about 6 months ago, and already tumors have shrunk way down. Okay,
Yes.
he went and got some immunology treatments. That helped a little bit, but the diet is the
Yes.
main thing. So I told him, you've got to stay on that diet for the rest of your life. And
Yes.
he, oh yeah, he is. He's doing it. He's a good boy. But people don't stay on that diet. They don't want to eat that way. First of all, can't eat meat, because
Yes.
meat is acidic, right?
Yes, acidic.
And lots of vegetables and rices and things like that. People don't want to eat that way.
And also to add is people want a quick fix.
Yes.
They have an ailment or a disease, they want something fixed. They don't have the time to let the body heal itself.
You're right.
And there's another flow of the system, because they're giving the medication which is masking the symptoms,
Yes,
but you're not getting cure of the disease.
that's right.
Like hypertension is becoming chronically nowadays, because they take the medication just to suppress the blood pressure, but they're not actually looking for the
problem.
underlying problem.
Yes, what's causing it, right?
Yes.
That's what they don't do.
Yes. Every disease, or call it disease, has a root cause.
Has a what?
A root cause. A root cause.
Root
An
cause,
underlying
yeah, a root
issue.
cause, yeah.
And that's why medical doctors don't think about it, or they just don't learn it in school.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
the way I teach the patient is like, think about a tree or a plant. You got the trunk, you got the leaves, and you got the roots. The leaf, if they turn yellow, that's your symptoms. You're not gonna go to the plant and cut the leaf because it's yellow. You find out what is going on with the leaf, so you're going to, maybe the trunk has something going on, or maybe the roots need something on. So by changing the terrain or changing the soil, the plant will change.
That's a good analogy.
The body, exactly the same thing. If you change the terrain, or you clean your system, or you clean out the waste, or detoxify your system, your body actually has the tool to heal itself.
Yeah, the
You
tree.
have to have patience.
The tree is a good analogy. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. You're right. That's what you have to do. But I noticed that the medicines don't really, not given for you to cure, they're given to you for symptoms.
Yes.
And people, I'm surprised me how many pills people take,
Yeah.
especially older people.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And then prior to being in medical school, I was a EMT, emergency medical
Oh yeah.
technician. So by me going to the houses as an emergency, I could understand why so many people carry so many bags to the emergency room. Like, what is the connection? Like, something is not working. Like, I have an emergency call. Yeah, the patient has hypertension, and you ask the medical history and of the drugs, and you see the cabinets full of drugs. Go to the emergency room. Then when they get discharged, they get one more pill.
Yeah.
So I worked for 7 years, and that's another reason that changed my mind, not to be a conventional doctor, but go to more holistically.
Yeah. That's good that you had the insight.
Yes.
You know, a lot of them don't have the insight to do that.
They're too narrow. They're just close-minded.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's really true. Really, really true. The problem is people, like I said, they don't want to change their diet. They don't want to change their way of life. They don't want to do any of that. You just say, "Oh, give me a pill and let me continue doing what I'm doing."
Yes.
I remember a friend of mine who had a friend. He had bone cancer, and I turned him on to the man we had in the show, and he watched it. Matter of fact, I gave her the copy of the video, and he listened to it. And he said, well, I have to talk to my doctor, the cancer doctor. So he did. And he told him all about it and showed it to him. And the doctor said, you won't like the diet.
Yes.
So the man didn't do it. He died about 4 or 5 months later.
Yeah.
You know, it's so sad.
Yeah.
So very, very sad. But they don't know enough.
No.
Even with my son-in-law, they told him to eat a healthy, rounded meal, which is meat and potatoes and vegetables.
Yes.
No meat. You know, they don't know anything about that. They just never studied it.
Yes.
I don't know what they think when they're doing that. I don't know when they first started what they. I think it was more natural when
Yes.
when they first started being doctors.
Yes. And then everything changed. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
I don't either.
No sé.
When I was a kid, they used to have these little. They were like what do you call those pills that?
Homeopathic?
Yeah, homeopathic. They looked like them. All right.
Yes.
And doctor called them Humphrey pills.
Yes.
I'm sure some of you, all the people out there, older people, remember that Humphrey pills. And they were like little sweet, little round.
Yes.
They worked.
Yeah.
They worked for everything.
Yeah.
They were so good, excellent. The old-fashioned remedies:
Yes.
sprain your ankle, beat up the egg white, put the egg white on, wrap it with a sheet.
Like a poultice? Yes.
It took it away.
Yeah.
Mustard plasters
Yes.
on the chest, cleared up the congestion.
If you have a fever, use hydrotherapy, hot and cold.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I don't
We're
know.
going backwards, and that's why I believe
are.
that's one
We
of
are
the main
going
flows
backwards.
of the system.
Yeah, we are. So, all right. So you've said so many things, but I'll ask you again. What do you think is the biggest challenge in healthcare right now?
Challenge. I said before, it's just, if they don't change the way they treat patients or how they care the population is gonna get sicker, and sicker.
Okay.
So if I don't know if the some maybe the medical school, they has to change how they train new doctors.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe the government has to do something. But now new doctors, again, they just spend 5 minutes with the doctors and then call it a day. That's an issue, because if you don't pay attention what your patient is telling you, that's the main flaws. Also, doctors don't heal patients. The body heals itself.
That's right.
So as a doctor, we are the catalyst.
Careless,
That's
yeah.
part that we're gonna give you the tools that your body can able to heal itself. Nowadays, you don't see that, and that's one of the main challenge that we see nowadays.
Yeah.
They just give you the pill for every single disease that the patient comes. Don't get me wrong, conventional doctors, when it comes to acute emergency, they're great.
Oh,
When
they
it co-
are.
When it comes to chronic, there's something lacking there, because you can't, by definition, if you give medicine to the patient, the medicine should be curing the illness.
That's right.
But the illness is not being cured.
No.
It's just being suppressed.
That's right. It's being suppressed.
As a naturopathic doctors, we actually cure
Right.
disease,
You actually cure it. Yep.
but it's going to take more time.
Yep.
And that's one of the main challenge that we see in the healthcare system.
Right. That's what I always said too. Doctors are wonderful at operations.
Yes.
Taking out the bad parts,
Yes.
fixing bones, doing all that. They're fantastic at that.
When it goes to chronic,
But the rest of it, and all they do, they listen to the big pharma. The pharmaceutical salesmen go there. This is a new thing. This is going to do this. This is going to do this. Doctors don't have time to research everything,
Yes.
right? We have to give them that. And so they just give them the pill when they tell them that this is what it does, because that's what the pharmaceutical man told them. This
Yes.
is what it does, you know?
Exactly.
But they themselves don't really know, you know? They have it through experience. But you said suppress the symptoms. Oh, well, I'm getting better.
yes.
Not getting better.
And I leave that issue to my mom, because she was taking so much pills.
Yeah, right.
So when I went to school, I started taking those pills away, medication away, and then to a point that she's not taking medication whatsoever.
That's
She
great.
only takes just natural supplements, which I'm going to talk about later on,
Yeah.
and she just follow a specific diet, and she's pretty healthy.
So what do you think the biggest problem will be for the next generation of doctors? They're going to have to do
They
something.
have to change the curriculum in the medical schools. They have to teach what they used to teach
Curriculum,
years ago.
yeah.
Yes, like the oath, like do no harm. I let the food the medicine, and let the medicine the food. Because what you eat is what you are.
Say that again.
Let the food the medicine,
Let the food be the medicine,
and let the medicine
be the food. Ah, okay.
And who says that? Hippocrates, which was the Greek doctor.
Yeah.
And that's what the oath is all about, but they don't follow their own oath.
No, they don't.
So because you are what you eat, and you're what you are. If you eat healthy, it was going to reflect in your system. So new doctors don't learn that. They don't learn, once again, thinking outside the box.
Yes.
They are too narrow to focus to see you have a disease, you have the pill. So something has to change, because otherwise every single person is going to get sicker.
Yeah.
And then the new students is going to do exactly the same thing that what they
Same
taught.
thing. Yeah.
If you don't change the program in the schools, it's going to be repeated again and again and again.
I don't know why they got like that. I don't know. It's become a money thing now too, you know, which is a shame. Terrible. The amounts that they charge, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the insurance companies pay for them. And I you know, like I say, a lot of people don't want to change what they eat. They don't want to know anything about it.
Nope. I got patients to the office just by recommend a diet. They just get offended. Oh, I don't want to stop McDonald's. Oh, I don't want to stop Dunkin' Donuts because that's my food. Like,
Yeah.
that's not food. Or they come to me with a supplement. Like, oh, I'm eating healthy. I'm taking this supplement. But when I look at the supplement, at the ingredients, the toxins, preservatives, fillers, I got like red colors. That's toxins.
Oh, the colors, yeah.
Yes. If you're eating a supplement and it's all a bunch of toxins, then you're wasting your money. You're not eating healthy.
You're
Also,
right.
the fillers, all those capsules, you have to pay attention what they have as well.
Yes, I
Because
know.
the fillers prevents the absorption of the supplement.
Aha.
So just because you're taking a supplement doesn't mean you're healthy. Just because you eat clean doesn't mean you're healthy. You have to know where the food coming from.
You know, that's so true. You know, it's a little known fact.
Yeah.
People think they go to the drugstore and get one a day vitamins. I'm taking vitamins, one a day.
Not enough. That's not
It's just
enough.
nothing's full of bees, and that's it. And everything else is minute.
Yes.
And it has those other things in it, like you said.
And also, when you get the supplement, it's very important since you can get it online over the counter. Some supplements, they're expired, so you have to look the expiration there as well.
Yeah, that's true too.
And patients don't know that. So that's why, that's one of the tenets of our philosophy is to teach the patient how to eat right, how to buy supplements, how to live a better life.
You got your work cut out for you.
Yes, and then if they get sick and they need to run to an emergency room, if they have anything in the house, they can use that. For example, cold flu symptoms or flu, you can get something for the cabinet called start anise.
What is it?
Start anise.
Start and ease?
Anise is a spice,
Oh, yeah?
and that actually helps the flu to lessen.
Oh.
And believe it or not, the start anise, they got it. You know the medicine called oseltamivir.
What is it?
Oseltamivir, which is a flu medication.
No.
It comes from the plant. It comes from the little star. So most of the medication comes from foods and plants.
Where do they sell this? What
Any
you
store.
just said?
And in natural stores, they have it.
Oh, natural stores. Yes, I say not drugstores.
No.
No, natural stores. Yeah,
And
exactly.
most of the medication comes from plants.
Yes.
So they know that the plant works, but they don't want to recommend herbal supplements because they don't want to cure people. That's what I believe it is.
That's the bottom line. They
Yes.
don't want to cure people. They really don't.
And they say that-
too many people on the planet. They want to get rid of a few.
Yes. And then every single disease is curable if it's caught in time.
That's right. I
If
read
it's
a
too late,
saying
it's too late.
that for every disease that is on this planet, which man made, not God, God created a plant to cure it.
Yes.
But people they don't believe it.
No.
My doctor will get mad at me. Oh, my doctor tells me this, I have to do this and do that. They do that.
Yes.
The doctors, I'm not going to put doctors down because most of them in their heart want to help, and they don't really know the rest of it,
Yes.
what you have to do. You know, a lot of them don't, you know, so it's a tough thing. The person has to go in and say, this is what I want to do, you know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the other thing is insurance doesn't cover naturopathic doctors
No. Or
very much.
or acupuncture.
Yeah, or acupuncture. Are they covering that now? No.
There are some insurance.
Some are.
They put acupuncture, but they don't get that much reimbursement. That's
Yeah.
another issue. That the healthcare system is also flawed because we don't get enough money. We don't get paid enough.
Yep. So why do you think that the insurance doesn't cover natural things?
Because every natural thing it helps to cure disease.
Yeah, and there's no money to be made in
Exactly.
natural medicine. There's really not a lot of money to be made in it.
No.
No. But in drugs,
Yeah.
there's a fortune to be made.
Yeah, I got a patient coming for a headache, migraines. Couple of acupuncture sessions, migraines, headache goes away.
Yeah.
And patients like, I don't believe this works. Why the medical system don't know this? Exactly, that's a good question.
Here you go. There you go.
It's broken. It has a lot of flaws. They need to fix it.
I know it.
But they're not gonna fix it. The way we are, they're not gonna fix it.
And I don't think they're going to fix it.
No.
Unless people stand up and just, you know.
Yeah. And as our naturopath doctors, we are the last resource that the patients get.
Yeah, you
We're
are.
never gonna get. Rarely I get patients to know, like, oh, what do I have? Every single patient that comes to the office, they already have a diagnosis. They already taking medication. Rarely they come for a general consult
Yeah.
because we are the last resource. And sometimes when it's too late, it's, oh, I tried acupuncture already. Oh, I tried naturopathic medicine, didn't work. No, it's not because it didn't work, because you came too late. If you come early, you will see the difference. You see how your body heals.
Yeah. If only they would like spend the money a couple of times. I mean, I don't know how often you have to see them, but get them going and get them on the right track, you know?
Or just advertisement. Advertise naturopathic medicine, acupuncture. There's zero advertisement towards
That's what I was gonna
our
tell you.
field. Zero.
When I watch TV at night, some of my favorite shows, commercials, I mute them.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm watching on demand, I fast forward it.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed on my phone, when I'm listening to music on my phone, was it Pandora? The commercials
Yes.
on television, every third commercial is about medicine.
Yes.
And then medicine. It used to be one, every half hour. Now it's every
flat.
15. Now it's even more than, it's 2 in 15 minutes.
Yes.
So much medicine they come out with constantly.
Yeah. So if they change that and then they add something natural, then you give a different point of view to the population, to the people. But the people only see one point of view, what they see on TV, because they have too much fear. Like, oh, I need to take the medication, otherwise I'm gonna die, or I need to do this, or otherwise I'm gonna die. How do you know? Oh, because I watch on TV. Why?
Yeah, because my mother used to say, when she would tell me some news, and I'd say, Ma, how do you know it's true? Oh, because I saw it on television. And if it's on television, it's got to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Ma.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wouldn't.
Yeah.
And most people do. Or I heard it in the news, and I'll say something to somebody. She says, why isn't it in the news? Why isn't it in the news?
Yes.
What can I tell them? Because they don't want you to be cured.
Yeah, and then I heard a patient come to the office and say, hey, doc, how do you deal with all these things that's happening? I don't watch news. What I watch is probably YouTube or whatever it is, but I don't watch news. Because otherwise, the more bad news you get, the more will feed you fear. And the more you fear you get, it's not going to get you better. Because the feelings, emotions prevents you to heal.
You're right.
Your mind
You're right.
prevents you to heal. For example, if you tell yourself, oh, I'm sick, you're going to get sick. Now, if you're sick and you change your mind and tell yourself, I'm healing, I guarantee you will get healed because you're changing your mind.
You're absolutely right.
Your mind is so powerful. Mind has a lot of power on your body. And most people don't know how to do that because they don't teach it. They don't, when you go to the doctor, they don't believe that there's such a thing. I got patients like, oh, I went to the doctor and they don't believe that there is something wrong with me. It's mental. And that's why they send it to psychology or the psychiatrist.
Oh, jeez.
And they come to me and say, yeah, I believe you're sick. Let's find out what it is. And they get better. It's just,
I know.
that's why the system is just
I've
funny.
heard so many people being cured by naturopaths.
Yeah.
So many people, but I don't know. The news has a lot to do with it. Really does. I don't watch the news either. I read on the computer, on the web. I'll read headlines and say, oh, wait, that might be interesting. And I'll start to read it. If it's not, then I can turn it off. Yeah. Never watch news on television. And everything is a drama. Yes. Oh, my God. It's just, this is terrible. This is happening. And on. Everything's a drama. And people get scared. Oh, my God.
Because we are so connected to technology, to a cell phone, to the media, to those Instagram, Facebook. I tell patients, do me a favor. Go home and disconnect yourself for everything. For one day or a couple hours. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
Why? Because they're so attached. They are so dependent. They are so, they need that instant gratification on Facebook or Instagram. Like, I need someone to like what I post. Like, why?
Yeah.
Do you need someone else to be happy instead that you're making yourself happy? So that's also that we learn to, or teach the patient how to heal themselves just by changing the mental
thoughts and ways.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. People are so afraid to die.
Yeah.
And to me, when you're afraid to die, that means your spirituality is not there. Because, I mean, if you believe in God and you believe in life after, that's another thing they don't believe. So they're afraid to die. This is all there is. There's nothing more.
They're living too much in the future or they're living in the past. They don't live in the present. Like what they say, if you live in the past, you're depressed. If you live in the future, you're anxious.
You're anxious, yep.
Just be in the present.
Right.
Just stay one day at a time.
That's right.
There are few people that live in the present. One day at a time.
And we don't live in the present. Eckhart Tolle tries to teach people that all the time.
Yeah.
Live in the moment. Just live in the moment. But no, it's... I don't know. Okay. So, all right, you said what the biggest problem for the next generation of doctors is this has to change. This way it is, yep.
And that starts in medical schools. That's the only way that will change. Otherwise, you cannot change a doctor that's been practicing for 20 years. It's not going to change.
No.
So it has to be medical school.
Medical school.
They have to go back to the old times. They change what it used to be before.
Yeah.
Like how water cures, hydrotherapy cures, how nutrition cures or change your life. Your mind-body connection. They had to teach that. They don't teach that.
No, they don't teach that at all. I remember some of the old-fashioned cures when I was a kid, and they worked. They worked. I remember I scraped my leg on a cinder block of my bike and gouged it, and it was getting infected. It wouldn't go away, so mother called the doctor, and they used to come out to the house, pour boric acid powder in it, and cover it. It was gone in 2 days. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's. So you told your philosophy with medicine and treating patients. You've told me that already, right?
So
what you got anything to add to that?
When it comes to philosophy, we always follow, like, let me put it this way: the body has a very specific way to heal. So the body heals from top to bottom.
Top to the bottom.
Inside out, from the most important organ to the least important organ to the most important organ, and you reverse order as the symptoms are cured or suppressed. So that's how, philosophically speaking, the body heals. For example, if you have, let's say, a neck pain or a headache, that headache should go downwards. So how the pain is going to move to your shoulders, it's going to move to back, and then just out. Your symptoms is going to go backwards. For example, if your child used to have eczema or asthma, you're going to have that again, and it goes another way, because your body has the tools to heal itself. Also, another tenet is if you clean the waste or you detoxify your blood.
Yeah.
And then you just clean the clot, because your system get clotted by feeding the wrong foods.
You get what now?
Clot.
Clots?
Clot, like
Clogged.
Congested.
Clogged.
Yes. So if you don't clear the congestion, then the body will not heal.
Yeah, right.
Right. Also, if your vital force or your energy is not strong enough, then your body is not going to heal. And that's why people are getting sicker and sicker, because that vitality or the vital force, what we call in natural biomedicine, is not strong enough. And then when it comes to the disease, it loses the battle. It's like a battle between the vital force and the disease. If you give what the body needs, it's going to get cured of the disease. Otherwise, call it a day. Also, like I said before, we treat the whole person. We treat the underlying cause of the
underlying
illness.
cause, yeah.
So the way I explain patient is we're like detective. You have a symptom, a disease, we go backwards, and we figure out what is the underlying cause of your illness.
Right.
What is it? Could be toxins, could be heavy metals, could be mold, could be poor diet, could be that your mind is not in the right place, so also blocks the healing.
Yeah.
It could be also emotions, because emotions also has a lot of things to do. Even though the emotions, you cannot see the emotions, you can feel fear. In Chinese medicine, when you got too much fear, overtax the kidneys. When you worry too much, overtax your spleen.
Wow.
When someone dies and you don't grieve correctly, or that sorrow, it affects the lungs.
Wow.
So a lot of people that have the griefs, eventually they're gonna have lung issues.
Oh.
And most people don't know. People that have a lot of anger, all the emotions targets the liver. So if you're always angry all the time, it's gonna damage the liver eventually.
I also read somewhere that anger could cause cancer in the body.
Yes, and one of those is stress.
Stress
is, in my point of view, is the number one silent killer. Because again, stress, you cannot measure stress. There's no value of stress, but you can feel it. The more stress your body is, the more toxin your body will be, and the more congested your system will be. So if your lymph nodes are congested, you're not able to detoxify the toxins. If you don't pee every day, how are you going to clear out the toxins?
Right.
If you don't sweat, people sometimes don't sweat. They go to the gym, and for them that's normal. But philosophically speaking, if you don't sweat, how you going to clean your toxins? You have to sweat.
Yeah.
And one of the causes of that why people don't sweat is aluminum toxicity. Too much aluminum in the body.
I just heard something on TV the other day, a commercial for a TV show. He said sweat is the urine of the skin.
Yes.
And that's true.
Yeah. And the skin is the biggest organ that we have.
Yes, it is.
It takes over after the liver fails to detoxify your system. So if your liver is sluggish, guess what? The next organ, your skin. That's why you get eczema, psoriasis, or you get pigmentation in your skin, is because your liver is not working properly. Supporting your main organs.
Yeah.
So that's the philosophy how the body heals. So we learn how to detect or follow that law by giving what the body needs, the right food, the right supplement, the right guidance, and so forth.
And the nice thing about the natural supplements, no side effects.
Yeah.
Unless you take
the crappy ones.
Yeah.
Now, if you take crappy ones, you're gonna get
Crappy
something.
ones,
Yes.
yeah. Or if you take too much of something and you don't do it under, doctor's
Yes.
care, take too much of something, you can.
Because you get vitamins are toxic. For
Yeah.
example, vitamin A. When you do too much vitamin A,
Yeah,
your
too much
skin turns
vitamin A.
yellow.
Yellow.
So that's too much toxic. Same thing with vitamin C. Most people don't know that vitamin C can be toxic if you're taking high doses.
Really?
Yes. So to know if it's toxic is if you take too much vitamin C, you get loose stools.
Loose stools, yeah.
So that's the toxic level of vitamin C.
Yeah.
Same thing with vitamin B12 and B6. If you take too much, you get numbing tingling in your hands.
Yeah.
So just because it's natural, it doesn't mean don't have it. You have to have like guidance with a
Yeah,
doctor.
you do. You do
Yes.
have to have a guidance because people will do that and they'll say, "Oh no, it didn't work for me. It caused me to have this. It caused me to have that."
Yeah.
found
And I
out.
and I have a patient that which is the opposite spectrum that come to the office with bunch of supplements. So it's not they make too much medication, but we got the other ones that are so worried about health that they buy every single thing that they see in the supermarket and so much supplements. So that also something that we need to teach people how to eat the right supplement and the diet, because the word supplement the diet. Nowadays it's backwards. People are taking too much supplements, too much powders, too much meal replacements, and they don't eat the meals. They
Yeah,
don't eat food.
You're right.
Why? They're too busy. They don't know how to cook, or they don't have time to cook.
Right.
So they pop too much supplement, and that's not good because otherwise your body will depend on a pill, and that's not healthy either.
No,
The
it's not.
supplement is just temporary fix of that illness and call it a day.
You have to have the balance.
Exactly.
This brought to my mind a story. I've had different occasions to work with animals to help to heal them. And this man had called me, and his dog was very sick. They said he had cancer, and he loved this dog. Oh, he loved him so much. And I usually go to somebody's house to do this, and he wanted me to meet him somewhere. So I met him in a park with the dog, and the man was all upset, and he says, I'm giving him this and this. He's giving him a ton of supplements. This was good, this is good. So he kept adding until the dog was taking so much supplements. So I said to the man, leave us alone and let me communicate with the dog. All right, people probably won't believe this, but I was asking him how he felt, and I was asking him what and he said to me, I know he loves me, but all the things he's given me, even though they're good, are making me sicker.
Yeah.
I'm so sick. He said, I just want him to let me go. I'm not afraid. Animals are not afraid to go. Just please tell him to let me go. And I put my hands out like this, and he put his face in my hands, his whole head in my hands, and looked at me and tell him to let me go. And I was crying, So I told the man, just what he said. I can't do that. I don't want to lose him. I said, he's okay with it. He knows, he loves you. He knows what you're trying to do for him, but he's ready to go. I said, the supplements is too much. So I think he waited a day or two, and finally he decided, and he did it. He called me back, and he said, I stopped giving it to him, all the supplements, and he passed. I said, you did the right thing. Please believe me, you did the right thing. So even with the animals, you're right. I mean, people may not believe, oh, she didn't hear from the dog. Yes, I can. And too much of anything is no good.
The
You need
more
balance.
gentle or the less tools that you use, the better the body will heal.
Say it again. The
The
more
more gentle,
gentle.
which means medicine. If the medicine is gentle, not too
Yes.
strong, it's going to help the body heal.
Right. So you have to do natural supplements the right way and the natural diet the
Yes.
right way.
Yes.
Like our food, so much pesticides,
Uh-huh.
right? And pesticides turn into heavy metals.
Heavy
in
metals.
the organs, right? Cell in
yes.
the organs, yep.
GMO, which is genetically modified organism.
Say it again. GMOs. Yes.
That actually,
And everything.
yes, causing a lot of issues. Like, if you take a little look from 1920s, how the GMO grows, and you compare how diabetes grows, actually follow the same line.
Now, GMO are genetically altered molecules. So that means what? They take.
So what they do is they take genetic material and put it in a different plant.
Oh, okay.
And then they take that one and genetic modify and they put it in a different plant. So what it is, you're actually ingesting something that's foreign in your body, and when it goes to your own DNA, it's gonna it's gonna change your DNA as well. And the more GMO you get, the more diabetes you get, or illnesses as well, because it's foreign for your system.
Yeah.
Your body cannot able to recognize it. So that's why people are getting sick. And that's why eating organic nowadays is more expensive.
Yeah.
But in 1920s, or maybe a few generations, that was healthy because that was what the farmers used to eat.
Yes.
Before. And I remember when I was in Colombia, I used to buy eggs and leave it outside. Now here, I don't know why we had to put the eggs in the fridge.
I don't know. Been
There you
doing it
go.
all my life, yeah.
Exactly. I used to eat rice and beans there, and then when I came here, I was eating exactly the same food, and I gained weight. Why? Because it's different food. They're feeding with so much toxins, so much genetic material that you really actually don't know how to do it.
Right.
Because you're not able to digest those foods, and it stores as a fat, adipose tissue.
Right. You know, I've like Cheerios. I was reading it one time, and I saw on the bottom, made with partially GMO genetic. I said, oh my God, I never touched Cheerios again.
Same thing with fat, hydrogenated fat.
Yeah, hydrogenated.
That's bad because what they do is a bunch of steps, but they, at the last step, they put too much fake or other fat.
What is it?
Like they change the fat to make it longer.
The fat?
Yes.
Okay.
So anything that's hydrogenated,
Yes.
that's crappy fat. Same thing with oil. Oil, if you're gonna get a good oil, then buy olive oil.
Yeah.
That has cold press.
Cold pressed.
Yes.
Yeah. Cold pressed.
Because there are different steps. Cold press, you need only 2 steps.
Yeah.
When you buy hydrogenated oil, crappy oil, some on your staff. If I tell you how much stuff or what they put in the oil, people will stop eating oil.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. What was I going to say? Oh, I've noticed that the organic vegetables, they're not so expensive anymore like they used to be when they first came out.
Yes.
They're a lot, you know, and if you pay $1 or $2 more for it, it's so worth it for
Worth
your
it.
health, right?
Yes.
So worth it for your health.
And some people are like, oh, what if I can't afford organic vegetables or organic fruits? So you can just wash that with apple cider, because apple cider actually helps to clean a little bit of toxins
From the food.
from the food.
Yeah. Apple cider vinegar?
Yeah. Just put like a little basin, put your vegetables, put some apple cider, let it run for a couple minutes, and then eat it or cook them.
That's for the pesticide?
Yes.
Right.
It cleans a little bit of the pesticide. It's not going to clear 100%, but it's
No.
going to be a little more cleaner.
And but there's nothing we can do about the GMOs.
Nope.
Nothing.
No. Stay away from those.
I know, and they don't list it all the time anymore.
And that's why you have to read the ingredients or the labels of that particular
I
food.
know, people don't read labels.
So I tell patients, just follow the rule. If it's more than 5 ingredients, don't eat it. You're going to get bread. If it's more than 5 ingredients, don't eat it. Because for bread, you need only probably 3 ingredients: water, salt, and yeast.
Yeah.
Because I bake bread, so I know what they use.
You talked about coming here with the eggs. Dr. Sensnick told me once about this lady who had an allergy to wheat, which I have.
Yes.
All right. So she said she was taking a trip to Italy,
Yes.
and she said, "I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do." She said, "I'm gonna have to suffer because I want to eat their pizza and their bread." So she went there and she did. She said, "Oh, the heck with it. I'll suffer." She goes. She ate the bread and the pizza and then pasta. She came home and she said, it wasn't bothering her. So she came home. She told Doc, "I came home and I ate it here. I must be all over. I must be all better." She started eating it here. She got the allergy right back. Because, like you said, in Europe, and I'm the same way. I can eat that pasta from Italy, made in Italy,
And it's
but
different.
not here. They put extra gluten in here.
Yes.
They put extra things in it, right?
Yeah, because the gluten is not the issue. The issue is where you get the gluten, where
you
the
get it.
components get it. Is more natural organically, like ECQ bread or sourdough, which is more naturally made, versus whatever they put extra on it.
Yeah.
That's what the word gluten means. Agglutinate, so it holds everything in.
They would say it again?
Agglutinate, so holds. That's what the word gluten means.
Horse.
Sticky.
Oh, horse?
Sticky.
Stick.
Holds.
Horse?
No, it's holding things.
Holding.
Yes.
Okay.
And agglutinates things. That's what the word gluten means.
Oh,
It's
sticking
like
together.
It's like stick it together. It's like a glue. When you eat that, it's gonna glue your intestines. It's gonna glue your small intestine, and that's why it's causing leaky gut syndrome.
Leaky? What?
Leaky gut
Oh,
syndrome.
leaky gut. Yes, I've heard of that a lot.
That's what gluten does.
That's what
And
gluten
then-
does.
And if you get leaky gut syndrome, that's why your thyroid gets disrupted.
Guess what?
Change.
Change.
Get sick.
Huh. And you could cure leaky gut by just stop doing that?
Yeah, you change the
And
diet.
there's supplements
yeah,
too,
heal your
right?
gut and then eat the right food.
And that'll cure a lot of allergies.
Yes. That's why you do in the office. Sometimes people have a thyroid issue, and the issue is not the thyroid, it's probably something else. So they go to the doctor, like, oh yeah, your thyroid is off, let me cut it off. Because that's what they do. It doesn't work, let's cut it off.
Cut it out. Yeah.
You got kidney stones, probably do a surgery or gallstones, then remove the gallbladder, because that's the issue. But that's not the issue. It's diet.
Yeah. You're
And
right.
that's another way it flows of the system.
That's saying you are what you eat is
Yes.
so true.
Exactly. And also is depends what you get the food.
Where you get it.
Yes. Oh, I eat a lot of vegetables, I eat healthy. But where did you get the vegetables? Regular vegetables or organic vegetables? Because there's a big difference.
Where, say it again?
Organic versus non-organic.
Yeah, right.
Same thing with beef. I know you don't eat beef, but grass-fed beef is totally different versus a cow that's being raised with grains, hormones, antibiotics. It's totally different
Yeah.
versus grass-fed. So we are feeding the population the wrong food
Yeah.
by giving too cheap. McDonald's, Burger King, fast food, those change.
Oh, the fast food.
I'm making the people sicker.
Hydrogenated oils.
And people like it because one, it tastes good and it's cheap.
Salt and fat makes it tasty.
Yes.
And that's what they like.
Yes.
And that's what's killing them.
Yes. Now, if not to give you an example, if you go to the supermarket and go to the Cheerios or cornflakes sections, all the unhealthy stuff is in this level, like about this level. Do you know why?
Where you can see it, right?
Because that's what child can see.
The child,
Healthy stuff is more on top. Unhealthy stuff more on the bottom.
So the kids will say, I want that, Mommy. I want that,
when
right?
you read it, it has more sugar, high fructose corn syrup,
Yeah.
GMO stuff.
High fructose corn syrup.
Yes. So we need to change how we feed our children.
People don't read labels, and people don't actually believe all that. And I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Oh,
And that's one of the philosophy that we have in our medicine is we teach patients how to choose the right foods, how
That's right.
to eat the right food.
So if I was going to ask you what are the unique and different skills you have as a doctor, but you've already told me that,
Yes.
what they are, right? So if somebody said to you, how do I go about having a healthy immune system?
Oh, besides diet, you have to take vitamins. Now, I'm not saying multivitamin. You have to take individual
multi, no.
vitamins. Like, for example, vitamin A. You need to take zinc. You take to get vitamin C. Because those vitamins actually is going to help your immune system to get stronger. So when you get cold or flu, then your body will have enough tools to kill what it is.
You're
So
right.
that's the main important thing is to increase your immune system through diet or through supplements or through herbs. There are a couple herbs that
Herbs,
actually
yeah.
increase your immune system.
Yeah.
Ginger helps with the immune system as well.
I love echinacea, too.
echinacea is
It really
one of
helps
those-
viruses.
Golden seal is another one. Ascites
Golden
is
seal,
another
yeah.
one. Andrographis is another one that also helps.
What's that last one?
Andrographis,
No, I never heard
This
that.
is one of those that we use that also increases immune system as well. Another one called honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle, yeah.
That's another one that also increases immune system as well. Honey, manuka honey.
Raw honey, yeah.
Manuka honey,
Manuka,
which is more expensive because it has a lot of more properties, medicinal values, and that's why it's expensive. That also increases the immune system as well. Saunas, believe it or not.
what is it?
Sauna,
Sauna?
yeah, going like infrared saunas.
Go into the sauna?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that increases the immune system
I was
as
thinking
well.
it was a vitamin.
No, that also increases immune system as well.
It helps because it cleans out the pores,
Yes.
right?
Exercising increases immune
Exercise,
system
yeah.
as well. Like I say, eating the right foods, vitamins, that increase your immune system. Because by definition, by law, if you're healthy, you will not get sick. Because otherwise
Right.
you're not healthy.
I had read, I used to own a health food store at one time, and I had read that beta carotene was better to take than pure vitamin A, because vitamin A, if you take too much, it can store in the liver, but beta carotene does not store in the liver.
It will change into the active form of the vitamin A.
It will change into it, right?
To retinol.
So, but I don't see this beta carotene by itself anymore. And if they have it, they put soy in it.
They have in few companies.
I can't find it. And when I did find it, it had soy in it. It was made with soybean oil, and it was not organic. So anything that's soy and not organic is GMO.
Yes. And that's,
People don't know that.
No. And then when they come to the office, and I tell them, oh, you're in the right supplement, they get offended. They don't
Yeah.
understand.
They do get offended. I know it.
But they only take you vitamin C, zinc, vitamin A,
Yep.
also vitamin D.
Yeah.
Because what it is since we're more outside the equator, we don't get enough sun. So since we get like 3 months of winter, our vitamin D levels are very low.
Right.
And
But
that's-
yet they tell us stay out of the sun.
Exactly.
Huh?
Or put sunscreen. If
Yeah.
you put sunscreen, you're gonna prevent your body to absorb vitamin D. That's another flaws that we have.
Say it again.
If you put sunscreens,
Yeah.
it's gonna prevent
It's
your
going to
body.
prevent.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. No, good to have that.
But you need your eyes also to absorb your vitamin D. So putting some glasses is gonna prevent you to get absorption of vitamin D as well, because you need your eyes.
You need your eyes to get vitamin
The
D?
light goes into your eyes and activates your vitamin D in your body as well.
No
Most
kidding.
people don't know that. So wearing too
No.
much sunglasses, it's good, but it's gonna prevent yourself to get vitamin D.
Oh. They're saying the rays of the sun are no good for us.
Exactly. If you take or you recent studies, the people that live close to the equator, they don't have MS, multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
Why we have so many patients with multiple sclerosis
We
here?
do have a lot.
One of the risk factors is lacking vitamin D. That's one factor.
Wow.
And other things. Or same thing with skin cancer.
Yeah.
There's rarely people in the Caribbean that has.
Yet they say
Skin
the
cancer.
sun gives you skin cancer.
Exactly. But when you go to the Caribbean, you go close to the equator, there's less people getting skin cancer.
So see, it's a two-way street. It's like it's.
Yes,
They say it's damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
exactly.
So what do you have to get the happy medium, right?
A balance.
A
If
balance.
you have a balance, you're in the optimal health.
Laying in the sun for 3 hours is not a
No.
balance.
You need only 20 minutes.
Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there, right?
Same thing, if you take too much vitamin D, your body actually shuts down the pathway and then will not take too much vitamin D anyways.
It does what?
Shut down the pathway or
It
shuts
does.
down.
Oh,
So it prevent you to absorb too much vitamin D anyways.
yeah.
Because your body is smart.
There are
He
people
knows
who are
what to
taking
know.
absorbent amounts of vitamin D now.
Yes,
They think that that's helping.
yes.
I don't. For some reason, too much was no good, I thought. Too much of anything. And they say vitamin C, 5 hours after you take it's out of your body. So if you buy a 2,000 milligram pill, 5 hours later it's gone. So I take 500 like 3 times a day.
The same thing, if you use non-buffer versus buffer vitamin
Yeah.
C, also affects your system as well. Or where do you get the filler for that vitamin C as well?
All right, we have about 3 or 4 minutes left. Let me see if I didn't cover anything. Okay, I think we covered most of everything. All right. Well, is there any final words you want to say to the people before we close?
The final word is, if the society sees something on TV, they need to question it. Question why you need A and C in your system. You have to get the right expertise, the right doctor. And that's why we're here, because we're more expertise and we have more knowledge and we give you more guidance than what is in TV. Because we just believe in one stream. And whatever is on TV, that's what they believe.
I know.
And that's my final thought.
All right. Well, it's wonderful having you here.
Thank you very much.
And as we were discussing earlier, there's a possibility that we may be doing some more shows in the future and help people with all different kinds of illnesses and things. So
definitely
stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned with us, and you will maybe hearing more from this wonderful doctor. And if you're looking for a naturopath, he's here in North Haven. We'll give you his contact information now.
Thank you.
All right, me first. To reach me, my phone number is 203-627-7966. My email is rlachance01@comcast.net. My website is www.rosemarylachance.com. And a very important website is www.gabrielle-publishing-house.com. It's a website that gives you all the spiritual books you'd ever need to read and tells you everything about health and spirituality and everything. Please go on this site and take a look. And now Dr. Cano, his email is drcanud@gmail.com. His website is www.drcano.net. And his telephone number is 203-606-0224. Okay, well, folks, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. The show will be up on YouTube in a while, but you can look for it in your local towns and cities. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Wash the journey from your hands. Feel the comfort flow inside you. Come this far, you understand.